happening. So you all want me to give my non-biased opinion on, the flash mob robberies. You're talking to someone that used to boost, right? You're talking to someone, or you want someone's opinion, which is mine, that is for the people and not for corporations and companies and corporations. So I'm here to tell you, I'm not going to give you a non-biased opinion. I'm just going to give you facts. It's just that plain and simple. So when I look at the flash mob robberies, straight up, this is real talk. I want to quote someone called Malcolm X. And what he said when JF Kennedy was assassinated, he said, "It seems as though that the chickens have came home to roost." That's the way I feel. Straight up. Now, taking heed, I don't agree with the flash mob robberies when they run in somewhere and there's a civilian that's working there and they knocking out security guards and all the rest of that stuff. I don't agree with that. I don't. But when it comes to these major corporations and companies that's been robbing us every day, you think I want to be you think I'm gonna have some type of sympathy for them when they're gonna write that off anyway? This is crazy. America was founded on breaking laws, natural laws. You just get up one day and you decide that you want to come over here and remove the indigenous people of this land that is called erroneously America. And it is what it is. But that's not robbing anymore. You want to colonize this whole land that we call America, but that's not robbery. I'm trying to understand that. What's the difference between the flash mob robberies and what you did here in America? Hell, let's just be real. When it comes to some blacks, not all, because I truly believe that there were native blacks that existed here in this land called America. But some blacks, you stole from Africa. So I'm just trying to understand this. Let me show you something real quick. What's this? An apple. What's this? An orange. This comes from Mother Earth. Now the question is, has Mother Earth ever charged you for an apple or an orange? No. So why are corporations, companies, and grocery stores, etc., charging us for apples and oranges when they put this sticker on here? Why is there a price on food where it's necessary for us to eat? And they know that. That's the reason why they created a food industry. This is unlawful. This is unlawful when dealing with the natural laws of life. Nobody owns this planet. And if you do, I want to know who sold it to you and how you were able to pay them. Because the money that is printed up, the Crane family creates the note, and then if I'm not mistaken, the U.S. Treasury stamps it with white dead slave owners. So even our money comes, or is the note is made from the planet Earth. So how are you gonna pay? It don't even make sense. It don't even make sense. Now taking heed, I'm not all about the flash mob coming in and robbing and hurting people. Civilians knocking out security guards and stuff like that. Why? Because those people are trying to make it in life just like anybody else is. I'm not in agreement when the flash mob running into, let's say, Nike and take all sneakers and stuff like that. What are you doing that for? If it's nothing, if you're trying to resell it because you can't eat, your stomach is touching your back, then I understand it. But if you just want to look good, that's stupid to me. It's stupid to me. But I just don't understand it, how these news reporters are reporting these flash mob robberies, but they're not reporting the several. I'm not saying that every now and then they don't, but they don't report all of them. The white collar crimes that occur. How many times these corporations have been sued because of the fact that they stole something from people, or put some in the food industry, put some chemicals or something like that affected or killed a child, a woman, or a family. Hell, when you're looking at the black community, when police officers assassinate our children, our mothers and our fathers, they're taking their lives away from us. That's robbery. When you look at in Georgia, what's happening to the Geechees, where rich white people are trying to take the Geechees' land, that they've been on that land for years. What about eminent domain, when the government says, you know what, we don't care, if you've been in this house for 200 years, it's been passed on from one generation to the next, we need that. I could go on with it. I could go on with this. But that's different. I guess that's not robbery. When the government does it, when major corporations do it, when banks do it. I guess that's not a flash mob robbery. I guess that's what you call business. And it bugs me out. What about inflation, hyperinflation? You know what I'm saying? And they give some dumbass excuse like, the prices are going up, this and that, so forth. And I'm sitting here like, okay, let me get this right. The price of food is going up, gas, etc. Well, let's just look at food as to be specific, right? I buy a candy bar, right? Snickers candy bar, right? Yesterday it might have been, for an example, 40 cents. Today is 70 cents. So you say you got to go up on the prices because the peanuts, the ingredients cost more. So you have to go up on the price in order to maintain your profit margin, or the money that you make off of the candy bar, right? Well, why is it that the candy bar it went up, but the quality of the candy bar went down, as well as the size? I'm just trying to understand this. Up there in Capitol Hill, they rob us of our rights every day. Every day. They take our money because, see, we supposed to pay taxes. Every citizen's supposed to pay taxes. So-called Uncle Sam. They take our money and give it to countries like Ukraine, and the list goes on. While there's homelessness in America, where there's children that are missing in America, we have problems here. But guess what? Congress seems to think, as well as the President of the United States seems to think, that everybody else's issues outside of America count more than the ones here. We're Americans. We pay our taxes. That's our money that they're spending on Capitol Hill. And this is crazy to me, man. Like I said, I don't know if I said it, but I'm going to say it if I didn't. And if I did, I'm going to say it again. I don't agree with flash mobs running in Nike stores, Coach, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, and all of that shit, and taking it and wearing the shit. But if you gotta eat, you gotta eat. Times are rough. And sooner than later, I hear this all the time. You know what I'm saying? When I do Atlanta videos or Charlotte videos, man, you just mad because you can't afford to live in the city. And sooner than later, you're gonna be priced out too. Things are not going down. Let me explain something to you about this whole hyperinflation shit. Once it stops, they're not gonna pull back on the prices. The price is gonna remain the same. That's real talk. So, prime example, if a candy bar used to be 75 cents and now it's $2.99, once inflation stops, it's not gonna go back to 75 cents, my nigga. And then they're gonna find some other cockamamie story to say, oh, inflation, we're going through another recession, and inflation is gonna go up again. To the point where we're not gonna even, no one is gonna be able to afford to live in America. No one. And that's real talk. I'm not gonna mention my friend's name, but my friend makes six figures and he had to leave Charlotte. He was like, yo, I can't afford to live here. But that's not robbing. That's not robbing the American people. See, this is the thing. This is the thing that bothers me when it comes to civilians, right? Doing what they have to do. That's breaking the law. That's robbing. You know what I'm saying? You're going to jail. You're gonna face 5 to 10 to 17 years. But when corporations, companies and corporations and governments do it, it's not that. It's just business. I don't feel sorry for them. Straight up. Let me tell you something. I've always been that type of Robin Hood dude. When I used to sell bootleg movies, bootleg CDs, all of that. Real talk. And I love doing it. I made some good money off of it. That's real talk. And if I had it to do again, if I had it to do it over again, I would do it again. Straight up. I made some good money. I got to do what I wanted to do. See, the thing of it is no one likes these corporations, these companies and corporations and governments. They don't like when the rabbit got the gun. They don't like that. They want to continue to control you. They want you to be their slave forever. Forever. And it's crazy to me, man. The type of shit that our government does to American citizens, let alone to poor people around the world. And you gonna get at individuals that come together and say, yo, man, we yeah, man, motherfucker, I'm hungry. The only way we gonna eat, yo, it's gotten that desperate. Do you understand that? People have gotten that desperate to the point where they like, yo, we just gonna run up in that motherfucker and take shit and run out. Don't you understand that? We're constantly looking at people and not looking at the environment that's being created in order that people have to be, in order for people to be so desperate to the point where they're like, yo, I'm gonna risk it all because I gotta eat. We don't look at who creates that environment for people that I don't think naturally people would want to do that. But they don't have a choice. Hell, I've done some shit that but I've done some shit back in the past that I wouldn't do it right now. We all are trying to eat. And it's just not fair that there are people that are trying to eat. And then there are other people that take advantage of poor people that got food galore, houses, cars, all types of shit. You see, in my world, everything's for free. Everything. And it's not even my world. It's the world or the planet that we live on or live in. Mother Earth don't charge us for shit. So why are human beings, listen to this, and I do understand if you got mental problems. And what I mean by mental problems is that you haven't broken the spell yet. In other words, you're not woke. But How in the hell is it that Mother Earth doesn't charge us for anything on this planet, but you got humans charging other human beings for shit? Like, that makes fucking sense. And I can't wait to see the day when we all live on this planet and don't have to pay for shit. And I know some of you can't imagine that. Some of you all can't imagine that because you're in on this whole thing called capitalism. You like it. But I don't like being in a situation where I may be doing good per se, but the next man right next to me is doing fucking bad. I don't like that. I don't like this whole saying of, well, shit, man, you know, I got it. You need to work harder. Why? Why the fuck do we need to work harder? When these corporations, these people that these stockholders, these people that are CEOs and corporations and shit like that don't work harder. Why? I could go on with this shit. Now AI is here. And I've been told you all about this shit. I've been told you all about, you know what I'm saying, AI, you know, the singularity, technological singularity, and all of that. I've been talking about this shit for years, and that it's gone on deaf ears. And now for those that have followed me, so to speak, on both of my channels, y'all know I've been talking about this shit for years. Automation. Now robots are taking our jobs. Now robots are robbing us of our jobs. And major corporations and companies are saying, well, you know what? Shit, how about I just fire all of my human employees and buy robots to replace them? Because, see, robots don't have to take a lunch break. Robots don't have to take a piss and a shit. Robots don't have to take vacation. Robots are not going to talk back. Robots can work for an extended, a long periods of time, and then they may run out of energy, energy or whatever you want to call it, and they have to be charged back up. So I'm just trying to understand this. We just don't give a fuck about human beings. Excuse me, I'm not gonna say we. They don't give a fuck about human beings. And the day is human beings don't give a fuck about human beings. And I just know that this shit is gonna end. It's coming to an end. How do you think Rome fell? Greece, these ancient civilizations. I can tell you, they started treating their people, their citizens, like shit. And it just imploded. And we have reached that mark again. And this is going to be a total devastation around the world. Because there are governments that are fucking people over, robbing people of their land, natural resources. And this shit's gonna change. It's gonna have to change. It's going to change. I'm not a religious man. So I'm not here to tell you, oh, well, God is gonna come down. Nah. I'm not in that spooky shit. But I know a change is coming soon. So that's what I think about the flash mob robberies. If you're gonna hold them accountable, hold these corporations, governments, banks, etc. accountable. Just that plain and simple. You're going to report the news, report it like you're supposed to fucking report it. Other than that, I'm out.